Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Average Uninformed. The Rise of Skywalker comes out this week, so obviously, here's our review for The Last Jedi. Grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy. All right.
I think that's one of the single most annoying things ever, though. It's when a toilet seat does not stay up.
Yeah.
I'm fine with putting it down when I'm done, but it's got to stay up. I hate that slamming sound when a toilet seat slams down.
I don't know why it's so terrible. Well, I know why, because the material's involved, but
yeah.
Because you never hear that sound. It's very jarring.
Yeah. Usually you're not expecting it.
Oh, you know what I really hate? Those stupid door stoppers when you flick them and they got the springs on it.
Oh, you don't like it?
I hate it.
It's always funny when you do it as a kid. It sounds like a fart almost.
What kind of farts are you having,
like a cartoon fart, Victor.
Yeah, even as a kid, they drove me insane.
Really?
Yeah. I remember I hit one of my cousins because he kept playing with it. I got physically angry.
I hate it when your headphones get pulled out of your ears.
Oh,
that's the worst.
Or someone hits you and they hit the those big over ear headphones off. Just to kind of get your attention, or just to mess with you,
or just really anything
with ears.
Well, yeah, anything that you put somewhere and it starts to fall or something like that, or it just doesn't work right. I can go from 0 to 100 over that. So say if I was going to put this drink down and it just starts to fall or whatever, and I grab it and it starts to fall again, then now I'm mad. It's why aren't you working?
I mean, 0 to 100 is pretty drastic. I generally hover at 40.
40. Just that's my secret cap. I'm always at 40.
Everything sets me off.
Yeah. You know what I realized is a pet peeve of mine just now?
Terrible questions.
Sort of. Jokes that everyone says over and over again. So the one that's been bothering me this week is Star Wars is coming out in a few weeks. And I've been watching late night talk shows and stuff like that.
All
and
right.
Every single one of them keeps using the joke. Okay, when we come back from this commercial, we're going to talk to Adam Driver about this little indie film he's in called Star Wars. Yeah, it's a big movie. Quit. Just say it's a big movie. I'm so tired of that joke. Oh, get it? It's a small movie. But the joke is it's actually one of the biggest movies ever. Get it? Do you get it? Do you get, because it's a big movie and I'm calling it a small. Do you get it? Jeez.
I'm sorry, can you explain that again? Yeah, I also hate that. Maybe not a pet peeve, but I also dislike.
Well, just those kind of jokes in general. That's the one that's been ticking me off. But tall people always hearing, how's the weather up there? You know, like stuff like that where everyone says it and everyone thinks they're clever when they say it. Just tick me off, man. Be original or just say what it is.
Some people just want to know, how's the weather up there? Maybe it's not a joke. Oh. How are you, Josh?
I'm a little crotchety tonight. Let me tell you.
Oh, I am too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's your fault.
Is it? Okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Seems we're at an impasse. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know. It feels like I saw you a few days ago, which I did.
Did you?
Yeah, only a few.
It's not how many a few is, but
how many is a few, Victor? 3. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can't be any more?
Nope.
Then what would be more? What would you call more than a few?
Too many. I saw you too many days ago.
All right.
Oh wait, what is 4? A fortnight? Fortnight?
No, fortnight's 2 weeks.
Son of a bitch. Whatever. No one cares. Moving on.
There's no good way to transition into this, Victor, but there were some deaths this week. Carol Spinney died.
Who?
He played Big Bird.
Okay.
There's actually a really great documentary about him called I Am Big Bird.
It's very straightforward, to the point.
Yeah. and he passed away this week. And Rene, I gotta remember how to say his name. Auberjonois, I think it is. He played Odo on Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Odo.
Security guard.
Oh, wait. Yes. Okay.
Odo.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. So he also passed away this week. He's a very famous character actor. He's been in lots of stuff in like little bit parts. He was in Uncharted 2, I think he was. Yeah. He played, I was going to tell you, but you don't know or care. The Little Mermaid, you know the song where the chef is trying to kill Sebastian?
Yes, I actually know that one.
He's the guy who sings it.
Oh.
Yeah. Little fun fact for you.
That is a fun fact. I'll cherish it forever.
So they both passed away this week, which is too bad. Odo was one of my favorite characters from Deep Space Nine. I always lit up when I saw him in other things where I'd be like, it's Odo. Anyway, and Carol Spinney played Big Bird, and that's a big part of my childhood. I don't know about you.
I couldn't stand that show, so.
You couldn't stand Sesame Street?
Yeah, I know. Because I knew those were puppets or people in costumes, weren't actual Muppets. So I say nay.
How does it feel to not have a soul?
Surprisingly light.
Yeah. Do automatic doors open for you, or do they just stay shut all the time?
No, I had to pry them open. In fact, it actually fights against me. It makes going to the malls very awkward. It's like I have to follow a family in sometimes. Just so I don't have to deal with the doors.
Oh, boy. Well, Victor. Shazam 2 has been officially announced. It's got a release date for April 1st, 2022.
Oh.
Which is 4 months after Black Adam, which comes out December 22nd, 2021.
That's kind of surprising, actually.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Seems a little bit far away, doesn't it?
If they start production like early this year, not really. Nowadays, it's like there's usually a 2-year turnaround because of visual effects and stuff like that. So
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So you excited at all for that or Black Adam?
No, not really.
Shazam was.
It was great. I love Shazam.
Probably been my favorite DC movie that they've done of the newer ones they've done. I liked Wonder Woman a lot, but I think I like Shazam a little better.
I think Wonder Woman first and then Aquaman second for me.
Okay. Yeah. I like that character. I don't like that they've gone the whole family right away.
That seemed a little bit rushed, but
we'll see what they do. Yeah, I guess they're actually going to start getting around to doing some sequels now. That's weird to think about.
I mean,
they haven't done a sequel yet.
They're doing Suicide Squad 2.
No, that's what I mean, though, is that we have not seen it.
Oh,
though.
We haven't. Oh, I see.
Because like Batman v Superman's not. It's kind of a sequel to Man of Steel, but not really.
Not really.
And there hasn't been a sequel since.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
So now you just got to commit. Do the second one because, never know. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Shazam. I'm kind of curious about what Black Adam is going to be. I have a feeling it's just going to be the Scorpion King, but with lightning powers.
Wasn't he a good guy initially? And he was like, I don't like this anymore.
Is that your Egyptian accent?
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. Call me Black Adam.
Okay. Oh, what were we talking about? Black Adam?
Yeah.
Was he a good guy? I
thought he was. And then he decided that he didn't like the way the wizard was running shit. So he's like, I want to start my own house. And then starts taking out the other dudes because...
To be fair, I don't really know.
Me neither.
I haven't really read any Captain Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I'm just kind of talking out on my butt here.
Okay. Yeah. You may be right. I think it was either that or he got corrupted by the power.
There's so much power pumping through my vein.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, to say the least. And that means that we probably won't see Black Adam in number 2.
I'm thinking we will.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to introduce him in his movie first. I guess it will work out as far as like when they come out chronologically, but
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't feel like they'll do it in the second one.
Maybe they'll like introduce him partway through the movie, but he's not the main focus. He's just there watching.
Aren't they going to do like the weird monsters where the caterpillar leads them or something like that? Remember that?
Oh yeah, that little like tidbit at the end.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. It'd be ridiculous, but it'd be interesting.
It's like the League of Monsters or something. I can't remember what they're called. Again, never read a Captain Marvel comic in my life, so don't know who these characters are.
Which is why y'all should be listening to us when it comes to Captain Marvel.
Speaking of DC, Victor, The Flash finally got a release date. You ready for it?
All right.
Do you want to guess when it's coming out?
I actually saw the article for it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be proper to guess. It would be cheating. July 1st, 2022.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
You said Shazam's for 2022 as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So like that was assuming that they start production soon.
Yeah.
Isn't that shit? What's his name? Who's playing Barry?
Ezra Miller.
Isn't he like? Didn't he put that on hold because he's doing another movie right now?
He's doing Fantastic Beasts, and where are they? What's
and
going
where to
on
find
with them? Yeah.
So like, wouldn't that he would have to go right from that movie to the Flash?
They're both Warner Brothers, so
Maybe there's no special effects to deal with.
yeah. Oh boy. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. We'll see. I'm not excited because
it's almost like like you're on a trip, like you're driving with your family and you're on vacation and you're on the highway and your dad's like, we're gonna stop at a McDonald's, and you're like, okay, I'm really excited about it, and then like he just like for hours on end is like, we're gonna stop soon. Here we go. And then you like pass by a McDonald's and you're like, what about it? And he's like, no, not that one. We're going to this McDonald's. And then by the time you finally get there, you're like, I don't even want McDonald's anymore. You know what I mean? It's not a perfect metaphor.
yeah, I don't care about this movie at this point. Well, that's okay news. Whatever. I'm glad it's being done.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope they get rid of his like weird run.
Yeah, I hope. I think the director is Andy Muschietti, who did the It movies. So I hope he's like, hey, maybe run like a regular person.
You freak.
What's this running like a speed skater thing? It's stupid. Don't do it.
Yeah, you know how like that weirdo on like the CW series does it? Do something like that.
Yeah.
Still weird, but at least reasonable.
And the reason it's weird for him is he's running on the spot and they're just filming a green screen behind him.
It's because his head doesn't move. Like it's
Because he's literally doing this.
Yeah. So yeah, like when you run, your head moves. It changes height.
Unless you're Tom Cruise. Guy's got such a straight back when he does it.
Oh, yeah, he
Spine
does.
is just aligned. Each vertebrae is just sitting perfectly on top of the other one as he runs. He's just like,
It's like the Terminator.
but exactly.
Oh, can you imagine a movie where Tom Cruise is the bad guy?
Yes. It's called Collateral.
No, better.
Wow. Collateral is a great movie.
I love Collateral.
Yeah. Okay. I'm imagining it.
And he's just chasing after you. Imagine like
Still imagining Collateral.
just him running behind you. He's like the Terminator. You imagine Tom Cruise as the Terminator, but he runs.
I don't even think Tom Cruise could save that franchise.
It's Tom freaking Cruise.
I don't want to watch another Terminator movie, Victor. Please don't make me.
Listen,
Don't.
you don't get to request.
Don't. I don't want to watch it.
You maybe watch The Last Jedi again.
Yeah. Everybody wants it, Victor.
Nobody wants this. Everybody knows the result of this.
We'll see. Continuing on the DC news train, Victor, Peter Sarsgaard has joined the Batman in an undisclosed role. Some are thinking he may be playing Harvey Dent.
Peter
Sarsgaard was in Jarhead and Boys Don't Cry.
Did he cry?
He did not.
Oh.
He was not the boy in question.
Oh, he's married to Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. He was an orphan, the Green Lantern, the Magnificent Seven.
He was the bad guy in Green Lantern. He was the guy with the giant head.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hector Hammond? Is that the name of the character?
sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I could see him as Harvey Dent. But we don't know it's that. Everyone is just like, it's Harvey Dent. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Because the casting so far for that movie.
He's actually playing Catwoman.
Yeah, they're doing a gender bender version of him.
Someone is playing Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz, I think, who I'm not a fan of, but she cut her hair into like the boy cut.
Yeah, I like it.
And I was like, man, now she really looks like Selena Kyle.
Yeah. Like from Year One, that comic?
Whatever. The newer look that she has with the giant cat goggles, which isn't even new anymore.
No, I dig it.
Yeah. Peter Sarsgaard for the win.
Who was the other weird casting for that?
Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Yeah.
That's the one. What if he gains weight? I'd be down with that. Or not, even if you just threw some prosthetics on.
I don't know. It's just like, you see an actor, we talked about this, but like, there's certain roles you just can't picture him in. Not because of like who he is, but just like the roles he's done previously.
Oh, he could definitely do it.
Oh, he could do it, but like, I just can't. I can't imagine. Just like same reason I can't picture Jim Carrey as a Terminator. I'm sure he could do it.
I can picture Jim Carrey as Terminator.
But like a serious Terminator?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about Colin Farrell.
All right. And maybe they'll do prosthetics for him though. Because like for me, and again, we've talked about this before, the whole point of the Penguin is he looks like a penguin. So it's weird that they cast this Irish hunk to play him. But because it would be like, hey, we're going to do Two-Face, but both sides of his face are going to be nice. Like,
I thought you were going to go the other direction.
It's just like, well, it doesn't, the name doesn't make sense anymore. But anyway, that's something. Matrix 4 is coming out, Victor, May 21st, 2021.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 2020. I got so excited.
No, why would it? They're still casting. Jonathan Groff from Mindhunter has joined the cast.
Nice. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Wait, did they confirm whether Keanu Reeves is the main character or not?
They have not. They've just said he's coming back.
Ooh, it's exciting.
I don't even know if they've said he's coming back as Neo, which I mean, why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they just said he and Carrie-Anne Moss are coming back.
Playing completely different characters.
Wouldn't that be interesting if they were?
That would be kind of interesting. It's Matrix, right?
Yeah. It's like the new Matrix they established. They like made program versions of them.
They're the agents. Ooh. Smith was originally the one. The previous.
He was the many. That was the point.
No, but he was the first. He was the one in the last one. And then they reboot it and then they turn him into an agent. And then now Neo's the one. And he's the many.
I see. There was like 9 other versions of the Matrix or something.
Something stupid.
And each one, the one would go to the source. But this time Neo chose to save Trinity. I tell you, the Matrix Reloaded is underrated.
Is it?
Yeah, everyone hates it.
Okay.
I actually really like it. Matrix Revolutions, I'm kind of on board with. I'm like, yeah, there's way too much people shooting in mechs at weird squid robots. But Matrix Reloaded, kind of great.
Don't remember it very well.
Okay. Anyway, Matrix 4, cool. Jonathan Groff,
cool.
Maybe playing a program. I could see him as an agent, although he has all the roles I've seen him in. He's kind of has this like timid nature.
What if there's no program? Maybe they're going a completely different route.
You think he'd be a human?
Are they still in like the 90s outfits and stuff?
Yeah, because even though it was like years and years in the future, they were stuck in 1999, right? That's when the Matrix was set.
Right.
Their big city, whatever it was called.
Nope, I don't recall any of this, so I'm not gonna.
All right. Cool. Let's move on, Victor, to the Ghostbusters trailer that came out this week.
Yeah. Oh.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Kind of an intense name.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the trailer as a Ghostbusters fan?
I thought it was really good. It kind of got the point of what the first Ghostbusters was. Like, Ghostbusters has always been labeled as a comedy, and I mean, it's a very funny movie, but it's like it's a weird comedy because the world is very grounded and realistic,
Mhm.
and it's only funny because the characters in it are kind of irreverent.
Yeah.
It's only funny because Venkman doesn't give a crap about what's going on,
Mhm.
and he just is being an a-hole throughout the entire movie.
It's like the situation's serious, but the characters are fairly lighthearted about it, but still is taking it seriously. Is that kind of saying?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what the reboot missed the point of.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like a straight up comedy and like funny situations, and it's like, oh, they fell down. Like, isn't that funny?
It's kind of funny because like this movie is basically saying like that reboot didn't happen.
Well, yeah, this is Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah,
in their books. Yeah,
and what did it say? Like they haven't seen like a ghost in however many decades, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah, to finish my point though, that's what I really liked about the original Ghostbusters, and this one kind of, at least the tone in the trailer is, this is the serious grounded world, and Finn Wolfhard says some funny stuff every now and then.
Yeah,
like even Paul Rudd doesn't crack a joke at all. At least
it's
in the
weird,
trailer.
right? I kind of like seeing Paul Rudd in this kind of role where he's not just like a goofy comic relief character.
I'm sure he will be. I'm sure they'll be funnier,
but like that's not his primary role.
Yeah, I like that too. I liked that they didn't really up the nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have so easily played the Ghostbusters theme, like that.
Oh yeah, like the slowed down version of it.
Yeah. Or they could have, like Dan Aykroyd is in this movie. They could have easily shown a shot of him, but they didn't. I love that they held back and been like, no, this is its own thing. It's connected to Ghostbusters, but this is its own thing.
Is this a Sony movie?
Yeah.
That's not going to last. You're going to see the whole movie by the second trailer. This is a teaser trailer, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little different though, because this is written and directed by Jason Reitman, who was the son of Ivan Reitman, who directed the first Ghostbusters, and I believe the second one as well. And it's a little different because he came to Sony with the idea instead of Sony being like, we need to make another Ghostbusters movie. Who do we get to make it? Like this is his idea, and like he came to them with it. So I'm a little bit more excited about that because it's like he actually had a take on it instead of just, he's not a director for hire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wasn't dropped on his lap.
Yeah. So I like that. And it's very clear he has his own take.
Yeah. Like I was telling you earlier that like first, I think I watched it Monday. Was it?
Yeah. That's when it came out.
And like, I don't know. It was okay. Fine. Like I liked Ghostbusters, but I wasn't like a big fan. Watched it again today. I don't know, for some reason, watching it today after letting it sit for a few days really pulled me in. I'm really excited for this movie.
Yeah.
I was watching Jeremy Johns, and he was saying like he made a point saying like it looks like a fan movie, but like not in like a fan made movie where it's like it just looks like low production. It looks like a fan movie in the sense that like the guy behind it looks like he cares very much about the source material,
but is also creative enough that it's not everything the fans want.
Yeah, like it's doing the fans, like it's giving something to the fans, but it's like it's not just relying on that to sell the movie. Like he actually has a vision and actually has like, it looks like he has a direction where he wants to go with the story, but still paying homage to the old film.
Yeah,
without like hammering it in your face.
Yeah. Was it a surprise to you at all that they were related to Egon?
No, not really.
No, I knew as soon as they showed the cast photo, because that granddaughter looks exactly like Harold Ramis. Like she's got the curly, dark hair, and she has the exact same glasses as him. So you're like, okay.
Oh, it wasn't that part. It was just like it was from the trailer. Like when they go up to the house, and she finds that like, what's that called?
The ghost trap.
No, not the ghost trap.
The radar thing.
Yeah,
the PKE.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, they're either kids of the Ghostbusters or like grandkids.
Yeah, and it would make sense. Like not like looks aside that they would choose Egon as her grandfather because he's the only one out of the four who's passed away in real life. So
makes sense.
Yeah. It looks really good. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. Well, when is that coming out? Next
summer. This summer. July.
Oh. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's April. I don't know. This summer though.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Well, Victor, I think it's time. It's time.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. This is a stupid movie.
So this week we are finally getting to Star Wars Episode 8.
Yes.
The Last Jedi. Written and directed by Rian Johnson.
Dick.
You just praised him 2 weeks ago for Knives Out.
Yeah. Fantastic movie. I love that movie. Ugh.
So anyway, Victor, what did you think of this movie?
I think it is a very visually beautiful movie, but 80% of it is useless content.
Okay. Like useless how?
They go to that weird gambling planet.
Okay.
They have that weird animal foot race or like getaway chase scene. Rose, anything with her.
Okay.
You
know what? Let's break it down a little bit.
What 80% of the movie did you not like?
Let's start with the plot of this one. So this is the second one in we'll call it the Abrams trilogy.
Third trilogy.
Yeah, third trilogy. New trilogy.
Yeah, new trilogy.
I don't know what to call it. So this one is Rey has gone to see Luke Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to convince him to come lead the Resistance.
Yes.
To defeat what they're not the Empire. What are they? The First Order.
That's it. Shit.
I watched this 2 weeks ago. Leave me alone.
Right. Yeah, you watched it a while ago.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Resistance has just evacuated a base because the First Order found them and they're just running away. And the First Order is tracking them through space. And it's like this.
Tracking them through light speed, which is intense. Apparently it's never been done.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Poe wants to do something about the First Order tracking them because he can't trust authority. And he wants to go out on his own. And so he recruits Finn and Rose to go get a tracker so that they can, or a code breaker, not a tracker, a code breaker.
Yeah. And for some reason,
they just take off.
Makes sense. So tell me, Josh, what did you think about this movie?
I don't mind it. Like I'm not oblivious to like the flaws in this movie because there are many. I wouldn't go as far as saying like this is like a terrible movie or anything. It's messy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Messy. It's very well shot. It's pretty. It's a pretty movie. But like Star Wars has set that bar, it set that standard a while back. So just meeting that standard now doesn't really count enough.
Yeah, I enjoyed it the first time I saw it. I was able to see the flaws a little bit more the second time I watched it, which was 2 weeks ago. I've only ever seen it twice. The thing I really liked about this movie is the Kylo Ren and Rey stuff.
Yeah.
And Luke as well. Because Luke was always my favorite character of the original trilogy. And so now that he's basically become Yoda, he's even cooler in my books. I really like him as a character. I liked what they did with him, that like he would just like, he removed himself from the chessboard, so to speak, and was like, no, I'm not going to deal with it. The Jedi are done. I tried the whole Jedi thing, tried to start Jedi up again, and I failed. So some would say, try again. I say, give up and go live on an island.
Go die on an island. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I liked that. I liked that he was this bitter old man who did not want to train anyone.
Yeah. I like that aspect of him. I like that being the last step in the journey for him.
And like, cause then he kind of has that redemptive arc at the end where he said, like, what do you think I'm going to do? Grab a laser sword and fight off the whole resistance. And then he does something very similar to that at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Which is also a really cool sequence.
So, and I really liked, as I said, the Kylo and Rey stuff. Like I liked that they were joined by the Force somehow. Was it Snoke who said he did it?
It was Snoke. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I liked that they were like, they didn't really know what was going on. And like these bitter enemies are kind of forced to interact with each other.
Yeah.
And forced. I liked that it was never at a convenient time for either of them. And like, it was an interesting way to connect them because they were in two completely different places.
Yeah.
And also you get to learn more about Rey and you get to learn more about Kylo through it.
Because it's like an interaction between like hero and villain that you never really see unless it's like a showdown. You know?
And I liked that throughout the movie, you see the good in Kylo and you kind of wonder like, oh, maybe she could turn him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that final scene that they have together where Kylo kills Snoke. And I like that for that moment, she's like, you went good. Hooray. And he's like, no, I'm just kind of done with what's been established. I'm tearing everything down.
Wipe the board clean. Start fresh.
Yeah. I want you to come with me.
Look at me. I'm the captain.
Hey. I really liked that moment and kind of thought the movie should end on that moment.
Yeah.
Instead of going on for another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really interesting spot to leave it. Because
yeah, no, like there's definitely like I like Kylo Ren's little arc in this, and I like the stuff between him and Rey. Actually, watching this again, I really liked everything that was happening on the island at the beginning of the movie with Rey and Luke.
Do you like the cow milk stuff?
That was weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
And
it's
like
really like it's not nudity because it's an animal, but it's really like kind of graphic, right? Like
yeah, it's a nipple.
Yeah,
spraying blue milk.
Cows' teats don't look like that, right? So when you see someone milking a cow on screen, you don't think that's a boob. Like,
but it's never like a close up of it either.
That's true. Yeah,
it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
And like, oh, what are those things called? Porgs?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Little birds. Yeah.
They added those porgs in to cover up what was it? On the island that they were filming. There was a bunch of these like specific birds.
I read about that. The puffins? They look
puffins
like puffins.
Right? Yeah. So they added a bunch of porgs in to cover up those puffins and like their nests and stuff. So you have to like get rid of a bunch of them. It's a fun opportunity. I like that they did that.
Yeah.
But Chewbacca is eating one. He's pulled it off like off a fire. And there's like 4 porgs just like staring at him.
Horrified.
But it's funny, like I was looking at that scene. It's like that thing looks like such a prop.
Yeah, just the way that it's just like
the legs
so
are just
rigid.
stiff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's probably why he didn't take a bite out of it.
Like,
Made of styrofoam.
You immediately regret this decision.
Chewie was kind of wasted in this movie. Not a lot of Chewbacca.
No, not really.
Yeah, Leia too. Not a lot of Leia. Could have used some more Leia. Although I don't really like old Leia.
No,
she still has her spunk, but it's not in the forefront anymore. You know,
I feel like you get a little bit of it, and then she tones it back. She pulls back, and then she get a bit of it, and then she pulls back.
What did you think of that scene where she gets blown out of the bridge,
and then she forces her way back?
Yeah, she Peter Pans all the way back to the loading dock or whatever.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't just kill her off there.
I think she should have been the one who did the going to hyperspeed or whatever through them. Yeah, that would have been so much more effective if Leia did it.
Right.
And then like, especially if you end the movie on that, right? Because now you're left, in my version, you're left with Kylo and Rey being like, are they going to join up? What are they going to do? And then you don't get to hear Rey's answer because of the light speed blowing up the ships or whatever. And Leia's dead. And now it's like the Resistance, like, well, what do we do now? There's like 40 of us and Leia's gone.
And we lost our cool ship.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's very much like, it's a weirdly written movie because it's like, it's written almost like it's the final movie in the trilogy.
Kind of.
Like it does some very like monumental things, but then it like tries to wrap everything up too. Like it's almost like everyone grabbed their coats and their keys and stuff, and then they close the door, and then they're like, oh, right, frick, we have another one of these. And they open the door just a crack before they took off. It's a weird metaphor, but you get it.
Kind of. I don't know. I I don't like, there's a lot of things I don't like in this movie. I can start breaking that down for you if you like.
Sure.
The writing, they set up a lot of stuff in episode 7 and they kind of just brush them aside in this movie.
Right.
Like Snoke, Rey's parents, and like that opening scene with Luke just throwing away the lightsaber. It just feels like a slap in the face. Not necessarily like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I couldn't care less if they never made another Star Wars movie, but like, I don't know. Like I appreciate being led along on a journey with like, you know, promises of like a good story. And then I find out later that like, oh no, like that Rey's parents, nobody's, and like Snoke, whatever, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like just because they're twists doesn't mean they're good. It just feels like you're going for shock value. And
M. Night Shyamalan disagrees with you.
Yeah, but look where he is.
What a twist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that kind of writing. It seems lazy.
Well, I agree with you in the execution part of it, because all of those things I kind of like. I really like that they just killed Snoke, and with as far as Rey's parents things, like I kind of just thought Kylo was lying to her. I didn't think of it as like, nope, that's canon. Her parents were just drunkards. It could be either way, which like, I liked. And then as far as like the Luke thing, I agree with you. Like the way that he just throws it over his shoulder, like it's almost played for laughs. And it's like
it doesn't add to the story really.
Yeah. Like it could have been like, he just kind of like looks at it for a minute and then just gives it back to her and be like get off my island or whatever.
Get off my lawn. It's just like, you know, in Spider-Man Homecoming at the end, Aunt May finds out he's Spider-Man.
Yes.
But then they never address it. It's a big reveal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on.
No, I get what you're saying.
So
I totally get that. I can see why people would be upset about that.
And like that whole scene with the Resistance running away slowly, just ahead of the First Order.
Someone's a fan of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, but like, what's stopping the First Order from just jumping a bunch of ships ahead and then doubling back?
There's all sorts of, like, if you start poking holes, like the ship's just gonna sink. Like,
yeah,
because there's like the whole thing where like Finn and Rose just leave, and they're just like, leave them. What's to stop everyone from doing that? Oh wait, by the way, they do try that at the end when they're almost out of fuel. They're like, why don't we just get in smaller ships and leave? They don't seem to care.
And like the whole thing with like that, I can't remember what her name is. Pink hair lady. Is that the girl from Jurassic Park?
Yeah, it's Laura Dern.
Yeah. So I don't freaking care. Pink hair lady, like being so secretive about what the plan is to like the Resistance members. You know, after the whole Leia dying.
Well, especially because it's like, why are you being secretive?
What's the point?
Like I like you could have made some bullcrap reason of like, we don't know who to trust. We don't know why they can track us. It must mean that there's someone on board who's telling them what.
That was my first like thought.
But then it's like, well, no, you never said that was your. It was just like, no, we're mad at you because you destroyed that dreadnought in the first act, and well, it was a good thing or whatever. We're mad at you on principle.
Yeah, like I hated her character. Well, maybe I didn't hate her, but I just hated the way she was written. I
honestly think it's Laura Dern's acting. Like not that she was wasn't believable or anything like that. I think she just made the wrong choice. She just played it too warm. I think she needed to be a little bit more cold. You know what I mean? Like just
a little more dictatory.
Yeah. Like,
this is my ship now. I don't know why.
Like just the fact that like she just has a very warm smile and stuff. So when she's like telling Poe off while smiling, it feels like she's being like, but it's okay. You're fine. Whereas like, I think it was supposed to come off as kind of like, I'm smiling because I'm a jerk. You don't need to know, so I'm not gonna tell you. Whereas it was just like, we're not telling anyone right now, but like, stick around, okay? Because it's gonna be great. It kind of felt more like that instead of
it's gonna be sick when I ram this ship into there. It's gonna be awesome. You should see the light show that comes out of it.
Was that always the plan?
I don't know.
That's the whole point. They didn't tell you the plan, and then they're like, yeah, that was the plan. We had a plan this whole time.
Why didn't you do that earlier so that none of these other ships would have gotten blown up and we wouldn't have had to deal with Rose for 40 minutes on another planet.
Okay, let's get into that. Why do you not like Rose? Internet.
She's
Victor?
weird. She's weird. She's whiny. She contributes nothing to the movie or the plot.
She contributes that necklace.
Like on that snow planet where she stops Finn from blowing up that
It wasn't
one
snow, Victor. It was salt.
salt planet, whatever.
Which I actually, little side note, I kind of found that was a cool idea.
It was cool.
I like that it's like salt on and there's red dust underneath.
Yeah. Like, see, like it's a very pretty movie. Like that planet, the light show that she puts on when she kills herself. Whatever little pink hair Laura lady. And like that showdown with Luke and the ATSTs. No, not
Sure. I don't know what they're called. They're a little different.
They're walkers of some sort.
I'm not that much of a fan that I have that memorized.
Yeah, me either. Actually, in The Mandalorian, they call it an ATST. I don't know what the difference is between ATST and AT-AT. Do you?
Wait, is the ATST the two-legged, like the chicken walker?
Is that the difference? I thought they were the same thing.
No.
Are AT-ATs four-legged?
One of them is four-legged, one of them is two-legged.
All right. Give me a second. I'm going to look this shit up.
There's like a select few of Star Wars fans listening to our podcast.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All-terrain armored transport. Yes, they are the four-legged ones. Oh, my God. I thought. All right. You know what? I don't feel so bad because the first thing that comes up is AT-AT versus ATST. What's the difference?
Okay. Yeah, one of them is the chicken walker.
All-terrain scout transport. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I stepped on your point about Rose.
I just think she's a weak character.
Okay.
She's very like dramatic.
Uh-huh.
She reminds me of like the characters you find in animes, which is overly dramatic about everything.
Kind
and
of
it's
a
all
weird
about love.
coincidence that she's Asian.
Yeah, well, that's kind of our thing. We do that. So
Yeah, look at you, so dramatic.
I don't know.
Calm down, Victor.
I just don't think she's necessary for this damn plot.
Yeah, I didn't really agree with her thought of like I was totally down for Finn to kill himself, to kill that cannon.
Happy, like
It's a noble death.
Yeah, and it's kind of fitting. Like if you played that up, it's like, hey, you know what? This guy was with the First Order, and now he is saving the Resistance by sacrificing himself.
Like what a great way to finish his arc, and then she crashes into him, almost killing herself.
You don't need to sacrifice yourself. We're fine. I love you. And then in the background.
Wait, no, her line was, we're not going to win by beating them. We're going to win by saving the ones we love. And then she kisses him. And while that's happening, the base behind them blows up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, kind of steps on her point a little bit.
A little bit? It's like an elephant trampled over it. I remember in the theater, I made this what the fuck gesture.
Oh yeah, remember when we went to see this? I bought tickets for the wrong theater.
Was this it?
Yeah, that was Last Jedi.
That was a sign.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, good times.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think about Luke? The Luke battle at the end.
Oh, I thought it was really cool. I remember I didn't see it coming that he was a Force ghost.
No, but you saw something was a little bit different about him, right? I think we were talking about that.
Well, I mean, like he looked about 10 years younger.
I thought he looked like he cleaned himself up. I was like, how would he do that?
I remember thinking the first time I saw it, it was really cool. And it was a really cool reveal that he wasn't actually there. And then I was like, oh, but that kind of took away from that moment just a second ago when all the AT-ATs were firing at him and he just like dusted himself off.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that would have been so much cooler if he was just like, that's how in tune with the Force he is. That
He's
like
actually there.
Like
he's just dancing around the shots.
well, yeah. So it kind of took away from like that moment where you're just like, oh, it was all an illusion.
What a
Cool
twist.
trick, old man. But yeah, again, like it's one of those moments where it feels like it not tacked on, but it's like a second, third act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I agree with you. I think this movie should have ended where you were talking about.
Yeah, like that was kind of the emotional climax of the movie. Like that's the Resistance getting away. So, which is too bad because if you left something like that for the third movie, you wouldn't have gotten Leia and Luke interacting.
Yeah, that's true.
But they wouldn't have interacted anyway if Leia was the one on the ship. in my movie.
Oh yeah.
He could have force ghosted there. You know, been like, "What's up? What you doing? Oh, you're gonna light speed into them?
Cool. That's really cool.
That's a wizard move."
I'm bringing it back.
It's pretty wizard. I liked Finn okay in this movie. I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I feel like Finn was way cooler in the first movie.
It's weird because like the humor is kind of out of place in this one. Because like the first one, like first one being The Force Awakens, like it was funny. And anytime like Finn was kind of outlandish, you had Han Solo there to be like, tone it down, kid. Like he was there to comment on how ridiculous he was being. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have that foil this time.
No.
And so there was some outlandish stuff there that it just didn't quite fit. Like,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Like with the, like the, I don't know. There was just some weird jokes that just, it's not like they crossed the line like they were like dirty or you know, or I don't know, unbecoming or whatever. It was just like cross the line into silly, I guess, where it's like, I don't know if that fits this world. Like with the Finn walking around in a, like the Baka tank suit that's leaking everywhere.
Yeah, like what did they say? It was like a milk bag, like a leaky milk bag or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. And then
do they have milk bags anywhere else in the world other than Canada?
I think in Europe somewhere. I think jugs is just an American thing.
American thing. Yeah. So on that weird gambling planet, there is a scene with a small child and he uses the Force and grabs a broom.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's implied that he is one of the slaves there.
Yeah, he was in the pens taking care of those horse
looking
goat things.
Yeah. So like what is that supposed to tell me?
I think it's supposed to just not necessarily him, but just kind of imply that there are still force sensitive people out there. Mm-hmm. Even though this movie was called The Last Jedi and Luke was supposed to be the last Jedi. At the end, he says, "No, I'm not going to be the last Jedi." Yeah. So that was just to kind of hammer home that point of like, and Rey's not going to be the last Jedi either. Like there's other
just
people
seems tacked on.
Yeah. Again, like it just kind of feels like he was wrapping up the trilogy.
Yeah, because that feels
while
like
still being in the middle of it.
Because that feels like an ending scene, like an end scene of the trilogy. Mm-hmm. Stupid freaking Rian Johnson. But good on him for Knives Out. Holy crap, that was a great movie.
Have you seen any of his other movies?
No.
Have you seen Looper?
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
I like Looper.
Looper is great. Yeah. I haven't seen Brick. I've been meaning to check that one out, but apparently that one's pretty good too. But like he's a great filmmaker. It's kind of weird that the biggest movie he's done is the one that's the most divisive. I learned that word by reading it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, but that whole casino planet, like that to me, it didn't feel like Star Wars.
No,
like it didn't look like Star Wars either. Just because everyone was so dressed up, and it was dressed up in a way that felt very earthy. Mm-hmm. Like just the black and white tails, like the tux with
Epstein
tails.
Island.
I could be wrong, but I was just thinking while I was watching it, I was just like, would it kill you just to like throw in like a species we've known into that scene? So, I mean, granted, there's humans there, but like there's no. All right, I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know any other. It's not familiar because there's nothing. Species.
There's nothing visually familiar there.
Yeah, there's no like those guys with the tentacle heads or butt faces or hammerheads or
butt faces.
You know the guy in New Hope who's like gets his arm cut off. He's got the butt face.
Vaguely.
That's what we used to call him. We had a toy of him.
I bet you did.
Butt face.
Did you buy it sarcastically?
No, we just had Star Wars toys. I think my mom bought them. I don't remember ever buying them.
Butt face. Let's get that one. That'd be a good laugh.
Must have been a garage sale or something because they were like the toys from the 80s. Like the Kenner ones that just had like the 5 points of articulation.
Yeah, the 2 arms.
Yeah. This movie's supposed to be about failure. There's like a big...
Oh, there's a big failure, all right. You nailed it.
Suppose I walked into that one. Because that's the theme they're kind of hitting over and over again. Like but I don't know what he was trying to say about failure, of whether like it's important or like we need to get back up after failure.
No, he's just saying it.
It's just like sometimes you fail.
Yeah. Ever fail at stuff?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just like thinking about it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the subtext. But yeah, I was just like, so what is the point of this theme you're going with?
Like having just watched it, like I finished watching it at 5:00. Like, yeah, I can see failure fitting into that as a theme, but I don't see what you're trying to say about it, other than the fact that
That's my point. Yeah.
that's what. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
What Ryan Johnson was trying to say. Yeah, because it's like, because
Sometimes
Luke
fail.
fails. I guess he eventually goes back and does the thing, and then Finn fails a lot, and then he's gonna go do a thing, and then he's diverted from that.
And then they introduce Rose, and then she's failing the entire time.
Okay, well, that being said, I will say let's talk about like the toxicity around this movie. Do you remember the vitriol that was online after this movie came out?
No.
You don't remember this? Are you just playing dumb?
No, I don't remember anything. I just know there was like a lot of negative feedback on this movie.
It was straight down the middle. It was either you loved it or you hated it.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure the people that hated it were probably for the same reasons I gave.
Yeah, probably. Like, but I just remember like how awful it was. And it got to the point where I'm just like, I don't care if you hated it or loved it. Just shut up about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It got to the point because it came out in December or something and people were still yelling and screaming at each other about it in April. And it's like, just shut up. Just stop it. Because I think that was the moment where I was like, because I'd always kind of liked Star Wars. And then I think it was after that, not because of the movie, because of how fans were reacting to it, that I was just like kind of done with Star Wars.
In comes the Mandalorian. My God. It's a sexy package right there.
Okay. But it's funny that you don't remember that, because I just remember that.
I just remember there was a lot of crap about it, and I don't spend as much time on those websites as you do.
I guess so.
I'm trying to see if I can find JJ. So there's some interview about JJ Abrams about the decisions made in like episode 8.
Oh, so yeah, I think I saw that, something about like he was thankful for the decisions made. I just saw the headline. I didn't read the article.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tend to click on Star Wars articles because of that.
I do.
Yeah. So all in all, like, I don't hate this movie. It's not one that I'm going to leap to watch again and again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as bad as everyone is complaining about. But then again, I don't love Star Wars as much as some people do.
It's not like I love Star Wars. If you're taking over for JJ Abrams or whoever wrote the movie prior to yours, it just feels like you disrespected the material, all the things that he set up by handling it so poorly, you know?
But it's also like J.J. Abrams doesn't know what he's setting up. Like, he's done a TED Talk about setting up mystery boxes and like how he does that in every project that he does, where he sets up these questions. And so that gets people invested more because they want to know the answer to the question.
Yeah.
And so he does that all the time, where he sets up questions not knowing the answers to them. And then he'll like go to the showrunner or the director of the sequel and be like, you figure it out.
Yeah. But like, you're handing off, here's a mystery box, figure it out. And the fans are way excited for you to open it. But then Ryan Johnson just takes it and tosses it into the dumpster. There's nothing in there. It's light. Couldn't feel anything in it. Shook it. Nothing. Moving on.
Let's talk about failure.
Okay, what about it? Exactly. Moving on. You know how I was saying Jeremy Jones was talking about how the Mythbusters movie felt like a fan movie?
Ghostbusters, you mean?
Ghostbusters, shit. What did I say?
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters. I miss that show. Anyways, like, it feels like a fan movie because it's clearly made by or written by someone that cares about the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 8 feels like the opposite. It felt like he was given the job. It's just doing it because that's what's on his plate. That's what's in front of him.
Yeah.
Because like you don't have to expand on everything. You know, there's like you said, some mystery boxes may not lead anywhere, may not be a big deal, but like I don't know.
I think too. Like again, I said I disagreed with you about the. I think the hot topic term that everyone's using is subversion of expectations. While I disagree with you, like on the thought of what the subversions were, and I thought the execution was off. I think like the fact that there's so many too.
Yeah.
And I think that also does it. Cause again, like all of them on their own, I'm totally down for. I think it just, they stack up and they add on to each other that you're kind of like, so what is this whole thing is like, you're just,
none of those things that they were said had any payoff. It was just like, imagine like it's like sitting in a comedy club, listening to this one guy and none of his like punchlines land.
There's just no punchline.
Yeah. Or that. Sets a joke up. Sets up the joke, moves on.
Yeah. So a guy walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Anyway, overall, you didn't like the movie?
If I didn't know anything about Star Wars and I watched that movie, I'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty good movie. It's fine. It's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
But having knowledge of Star Wars, not even I'm not a huge fan. I like it. I enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy this movie.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just not as invested. So I'm like, I don't care one way or the other. I like certain characters, and the characters I like, they did justice to in it. So,
yeah.
What'd you think about Luke dying at the end?
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
that's fine. That I wouldn't care too much about. Like I liked, like, yeah, he died, but at least he did something pretty awesome.
Yeah. They're going to talk about that for years.
Like Han dying to Kylo. I'd say like, yeah, I think those deaths are well paid off. I like what they brought to the table with that death.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fine with it.
Still think they should have killed Leia off.
Yeah. Kept Luke as the last death.
Yeah. Or they could have killed them both. Cause then like the third movie is like, now it's just the new characters all on their own.
It would have been cool if they like, Han for the first movie, Leia for the second, and then Luke is at the end standing with the Resistance. It's like a one last stand.
Well, I think that was the plan, but like Leia for the third movie, but unfortunately Carrie Fisher passed away.
Yeah.
As in Force Awakens was Han's movie. Last Jedi was Luke's, and you get it because you just said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, should we wrap it up there?
Yeah, Victor, we did it. Was it so hard?
Yes, it was. It was awful.
Didn't seem that bad.
You know why? Because I watched half of it a week and a half ago, and I forgot what happened, so I rewatched another 20 minutes of it.
And you still can't remember Laura Dern's character's name.
Yeah, because no one cares.
She's dead anyway. Yeah, you know what? And we did it. That's a definitive review. No one needs to talk about it anymore. We did it.
Yeah, this is where the internet draws a line.
Yeah, right here.
Average Uninformed reviews up. That's it. That's the law. Done.
We don't need to talk about it anymore. Please keep your opinions to yourself.
With that being said, let us know what you think about the movie. Leave it in the comments or get in touch with us directly at averageuninformed@gmail.com. And we'll talk to you next week about
something.
Do we have a movie lined up?
Nope.
That's great. You'll find out. Bye.
Bye.